Coming up, a good night for Republicans in Kentucky, but Virginia's governor's race has still not been called.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 11.
Good evening, I'm Steve Hensley. Election polls in Virginia and New Jersey are closed, and now voters are awaiting final results in two key governor's races that could be a bellwether for the midterm elections and beyond. Right now, the Republicans are in the lead. CBS's Natalie Brand begins our coverage from Washington.
With polls closed in Virginia, CBS News is characterizing the state's tightly watched governor's race between Democrat Terry McAuliffe and Republican businessman Glenn Youngkin as leaning Republican. CBS News exit polls revealed Virginia voters said the economy and jobs was the most important issue, followed by education, taxes, and the pandemic.
I just think there's a lot at stake in this election.
McAuliffe, who previously served a term as Virginia's governor, has tried to tie Youngkin to former President Donald Trump, who lost Virginia in 2020 by 10 points.
Glenn Youngkin has been endorsed by Donald Trump 10 times.
While President Biden comfortably won Virginia a year ago, today more Virginia voters say they disapprove of the job he's doing.
I've just felt this great surge of momentum for the last 6 to 8 weeks.
In New Jersey, Governor Phil Murphy hopes to become the first Democratic incumbent to win re-election in more than 4 decades.
I've always voted for the candidate who I believe represents my values correctly, and that's Phil Murphy.
Murphy is running against Republican challenger Jack Ciattarelli, a former state legislator.
I am voting for Jack and getting Murphy out of here.
Murphy has expanded government funding for pre-K and free community college, policies that President Biden is struggling to get past divided Democrats on Capitol Hill. In Minneapolis, voters are deciding whether to disband the city's police department and create a new public safety agency in the aftermath of George Floyd's murder. Natalie Brent, CBS News, Washington.
Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey, who opposes that, is seeking re-election. Mayoral races are also taking place in several major cities, including New York and Boston, which is poised to make history by electing its first woman to the post. Well, here in Kentucky, the special election for the 89th House District has been decided. Results from Jackson, Laurel, and Madison counties indicate that Republican Timmy Truitt won the race overwhelmingly, defeating Berea business owner May Ceramic. Representative-elect Truitt told us that he intends to run again next year, but that he has more immediate goals in Frankfort.
I really care about the youth of the 89th District. I want to work hard for the youth. I want the youth to be proud to live here in the 89th District. I want to help economic development, okay? And, I'm excited to work for all 3 counties that I represent in the 89th District.
Truitt is the principal of McKee Elementary School, and again, the 89th District includes all of Jackson County and parts of Laurel and Madison counties. All 3 of the Kentucky legislative districts involved in special elections today will remain in control of Republicans. From Survivor winner to the state legislature, Nick Wilson, the winner of CBS's Survivor Season 37, David vs. Goliath, announced tonight he is running for state representative in the 82nd District next year. The Republican will try to win the seat currently held by Representative Regina Huff, who just announced she would not be running for re-election yesterday. Huff also endorsed Wilson. Now, Nick tells me he plans to file tomorrow in Frankfort. Since winning Survivor, he also competed again on the 40th season and is now the Assistant Commonwealth's Attorney in Whitley and McCreary counties. The 82nd District covers Whitley and southern Laurel counties.
It was a chilly day around the mountains today. Many of us only getting to the upper 40s for daytime highs. And a lot of us are heading down into the 30s overnight. Camera from UVA Wise showing you what we're dealing with out there. We had a lot of cloud cover. We weren't able to clear out until late out in southwest Virginia today. It was a cold and dreary election day in Old Dominion today as we continue to watch those clouds and even some fog work in. Visibility in downtown Whitesburg right now just half a mile where Whitesburg sits at 35. Highs today only got into those mid to upper 40s, a couple of 50-degree readings in some spots, but we are chilly now. Irvin already down to 32. It's the mid and upper 30s in many spots, but we'll be headed down as we head into tonight. It is just low-level moisture being picked up on Pinpoint Doppler at this hour. All of us just about under frost or freeze alerts as we head into the overnight, so make sure you protect those sensitive plants as we are headed down into the low 30s tonight under mostly clear skies and calm winds, allowing those temperatures to tumble. I'll have the latest on when we might see a little bit of a warm-up coming up in just a bit. Steve?
Evan, thank you. Multiple law enforcement agencies were involved in a chase following a hit and run in Prestonsburg on Monday. Prestonsburg's 911 center took a complaint about a white Chevrolet S10 truck with a dropped gate which hit someone's car and drove off. Police later spotted a truck matching the description near the Lake Drive and the Court Street intersection, which drove off after police tried to make a traffic stop. They chased the truck out of town toward Kentucky Route 3 and into Johnson County on Kentucky 321 and eventually into Paintsville, where the driver lost control and crashed at the Kentucky 40 intersection near Walmart. Aside from Prestonsburg Police, the Johnson County Sheriff's Office and Paintsville Police were all involved in the chase. James J. Evans of Paintsville was arrested and taken back to Floyd County and admitted to Highlands ARH. He's currently being treated for injuries at Pikeville Medical Center and faces a number of charges once he is released. Some say justice delayed is justice denied. Now some Perry County officials are launching an event they hope will clear some of the district court docket. WYMT's Zach Hawk has more.
Perry County Sheriff Joe Engel says when it comes to matters of the law, less serious matters are often left to district courts.
You're dealing with minor traffic infractions, misdemeanor cases. All these is less than 1 year in jail, punishable, and a fine.
But when you do not handle these offenses, a bench warrant is put out for your arrest, and getting the warrants dropped can cause more issues.
It either requires going to jail, missing work, putting up a large bond, and it's just, you know, people don't have the resources, so they kind of just let them go, keeping their fingers crossed that they'll be all right.
Sheriff Engel added that these burdens can harm victims too.
Oftentimes there's restitution owed to people, and if those people have not made arrangements to pay, you've got victims out there not getting the restitution.
So Perry County District Judge Cody Goering, along with the Perry County Attorney's Office, came up with a solution before the pandemic.
The idea we came up with was Jail Free Friday. We were going to have a system where volunteer attorneys would come and represent people who, you know, maybe they missed a court date several years ago and they just didn't know what to do. They've been hiding out in their mom's basement.
That is finally happening on November 12th, but if you're ready to pay your debts without the threat of jail, you need to contact a participating attorney by November 8th.
And it's just a great opportunity to get a fresh start, get the mistakes behind you and move on and make things right.
In Hazard, Zach Hawk, WYMT Mountain News.
Jail Free Friday on November 12th will be entirely virtual. All eligible cases may have their matter resolved, their bench warrant or failure to appear recalled, or have the bond on their warrant reduced. Now, a complete list of the participating attorneys is available on WYMT.com. Police departments, fire departments, EMS services, and dispatch centers here in the mountains are experiencing a shortage of staff. Although the effects are felt here in the region, officials with the Kentucky Board of Emergency Medical Services say this is not a regional or even statewide concern, not just a statewide or regional concern, but these issues are seen nationwide. Officials also say the issue is not a new one, but one that was worsened by the pandemic during the past 18 to 24 months.
We've had folks that have gotten out of the field. Of course, we had to shut down some of the training facilities for a period of time last year, so that put another delay on the system. And we've had folks dealing with post-traumatic stress, you know, to say, okay, I'm going to do something else.
Pointer also says the solution will not be a quick or easy one and will take a multifaceted approach. Looking for an easy way to get health care services? Hazard Community and Technical College may have the solution for you. The college is partnering with the Little Flower Clinic for a Vax and Go event. The mobile health unit began services today and will be on campus through the end of the week, offering COVID-19 and flu shots, as well as checkups and other health services. It's something officials with the clinic feel will benefit the entire area.
As for not having access, I think this will be very beneficial because we can get out to those people that, that don't have access to things. I also feel like it's going to be very beneficial, here at the college because there is a lot of students, and this could bring our numbers up as a county here in Perry County.
Those interested in visiting the mobile unit can do so tomorrow morning starting at 9. Students from Paintsville Elementary's community problem-solving team are working to help provide for local kids in foster care. A new program is collecting donations and working with local foster agencies to fill the need for kids in the area. The program also partners with area churches to make sure the giving continues after the students close out the school year.
It's wonderful to see all of these students reach out, and we are so proud of the hours that they've put in, and they've done that on their own. This isn't a program they're required to be a part of. They chose to do this. If you're interested in being part of the project, the students have an Amazon wish list to help bring in donations. You can find that on our website, or you can drop items off at the school. A new pantry is scheduled to open early next year in McCreary County, part of the Christian Appalachian Project Facilities Program. A new pantry is currently under construction with the help of more than 20 volunteers from Mount Airy, Maryland. Food insecurity is a major concern in the area. Site manager at Eagle Community Center and Food Pantry Joe Bowden says he wants people to know they are not alone.
You don't get to choose what you sort of have to eat what you're given, and that's hard for some people. So with us being able to give them a choice, that will really help drive additional enrollment.
Bowden says he's happy for the opportunity to help serve more people in the county once the pantry opens. An Eastern Kentucky filmmaker is debuting his latest work in the city it was created in. Titled The Arbors, the film is inspired by the idea of memories. It tells the story of two kids having to sit next to each other on the bus after the last day of school. Debuting at the Tri-County Cineplex in Corbin, director Matthew Spitley says this is just the first step.
When the Kentucky Theater opens up in December, we'd love to get a hold of them just because that's another special theater for me. And I know the manager, Fred, great guy, and just, what better way, in my opinion, to reopen a Kentucky theater with a Kentucky film.
The film premieres this Thursday at 8 p.m. Coming up at 11, one man turns his passion into a new business, how his 3D printing company is taking off.
And you may want to bring in the sensitive plants again tonight while you still have time. I'll have the latest on the frost and freeze possible coming right up.